Well, I think we're finally live on air now to some technical issues here on the Coventry Sphinx YouTube channel. Hello there, Liam Cook here, live from the Dovecote Stadium at Shepshed Dynamo versus Coventry Sphinx. We are about 10 minutes in, so far still 0-0, but it is the Sphinx who have had the better of the action. So once again, apologies for the late start. It's been, let's just say, a trifle difficult in getting here today after a vehicle fire on the M1. We got here just a couple of minutes before kick-off, and then the laptop suddenly decided he wasn't in the mood for commentary today, but, well, we didn't give him a choice. So it's still currently 0-0. Rizvitzo for Shepshed Dynamo, the number 11. To Dixon, who may think about striking it from range. Cummings deflected, takes it wide. And the first corner of the match for Shepshed Dynamo. Bright autumnal sun heating things up around Leicestershire. Well, the action heats up now with Dixon playing 1-2 with Cummings. El Hagani going for the header but beaten mid-air by his opposite number 5 in William Ejenkwele. Rizzo was going for it again. Charged down by Alex Locke, the Sphinx debutant. And again by Rizvitzo looking for El Hagani. And again it's Ejenkwele who gets the better of him in that aerial duel. Dixon's not going to give up though. Pokes it into the area. No one home for the Dynamo. So Fallow's bouncing the ball, and his fetching pink goalkeeping strip is opposite man Ganley, all in yellow. Switched there by Masindo. Throw into Shark deep into enemy lines. It's with Bryson. Downs asking a bit much of Shark, and it's bounced over the line, level with the penalty area for a Shepshed throw. Masindo with the throw. And Pearson Wanyongo falls onto the ball through a little shove from behind by Luke Downs. Taken quickly by Dixon, switches the play over to Jack Lynch. Percy getting down and dirty, preventing Rizvitzo from getting on the end of it. And Rizvitzo stopping Percy the only way he could by pulling him down from behind. Tried a free kick to be taken about 10 yards into Sphinx territory by Callum Whiteside, back in a more conventional defensive role after starting in central midfield last week. In towards Shipman, and Ganley dropped it for a brief moment, but brings it under his control. Rolled out to El Hagani, a man that I'm certainly familiar with from last season. It's the other Coventry non-league club. Masindo gets there ahead of Finley Shark. Bryson cuts off the border, Cummings, but Cummings has got the wrong side of the standing skipper, and Bryson trying to hold on to the number 7, Kieran Cummings, and gets a yellow card for his troubles. And an opportunity for Shepshed Dynamo with this free kick, certainly in shooting range. So a yellow card for James Bryson. Lewis Guest was supposed to be the captain today, but due to some travel issues, due to a vehicle fire on the M1, he was only able to be named on the bench, getting here just a few minutes before kickoff. Kyle Dixon hoping to get his side out of first gear. Looks like it's going to be an in-swinger rather than an effort at goal. It's towards El Hagani, and free kick given to Coventry Sphinx. A little bit too much handling in that area from the Shepshed men. Let's take you for a quick run through of the starting lineup. So for Shepshed Dynamo, number 1, Brandon Ganley. 2, Kevin Masindo. 3, Jack Lynch. 4, Jordan Smith. Number 5, Edwalid El Hagani. Number 6, Niall Prendeville. 7, Kieran Cummings. 8, Kyle Dixon. 9, James Shaw. 10, Pearson Wanyongo. And number 11, Sean Rusvitso. And for Coventry Sphinx, number 1, Keelan Fallows. 2, Callum Whiteside. 3, Finley Sharrock. Number 4, Luke Downs. 5, William Edgingwele. 6, James Bryson. Number 7, Joe Percy. 8, Jack Downs. 9, Matty Shipman. 10, Alex Locke. And 11, Dylan Parker. Darting run from Cummings and has his legs swiped away on the edge of the penalty area by Luke Downs. And a free kick. This is certainly in shooting range. This would be the best opportunity that Shepshed have had so far by a country mile. That's going to be Pearson Wanyongo. Standing over it, Fallows shepherding his wall, a 5-man wall. Will it be enough? It's Cummings and Wanyongo standing over it now. The number 7 and the number 10 versus a 4-man wall, and Keelan Fallows between the sticks. Who will win the day? It's Wanyongo, and it was blocked by the wall. I think it was Locke who deflected it to the right. Another set piece immediately after Shepshed have now got a foothold in this game. They've got to try and make it count. In by Dixon. Scramble at the near post. Sphinx have got to try and get it clear here. Whiteside. Here's clearance. Cannons off. Niall Prendeville for a Sphinx throw. Well, in fact, it's gone out for a goal kick, actually. Indeed, it has. Again, apologies for the late start here, but as we said, everything's been against us today, from the traffic to the equipment. We have been filming the whole time. There will be video highlights of this match, hopefully online tonight. And we'll be interviewing Sphinx's latest signing, Alex Locke, after the match. And Sphinx could be through here with Parker. Slips it past the goalkeeper and slips it into the back of the net. Well, Parker just loves this scoring sensation. He got the winner against AFC Rushden and Diamonds and gives the Sphinx a head start at the Dovecote Stadium after 20 minutes. When Parker was through, you were always betting on him. Ganley tried to make himself look large and close the gap, close the avenues that Parker could go through to try and find the back of the net, but Parker picked his spot and slipped it beyond Ganley, and Coventry Sphinx take the lead by 1-0. Well, great start for the Sphinx. They've started well. Shepshed have been edging possession over the last 5 minutes or so, but can you really say that was against the run of play? Launched down the left-hand side. Smith's got to try and head that out under pressure from Shipman, and does. Embarking along the left touch, looking for a route in. Shepshed hold the Sphinx at bay for now. But Sharrock will look to get the visitors back underway sharpish with this throw. And the throw is to Shipman. Back to Sharrock. First time drive back to Matty Shipman. Can he turn and shoot? No, slide in from Pearson Wanyongo. Shoulder to shoulder with his opposite number 10 in Locke. Finds Shaw. I think he was passing to the invisible man there, maybe hoping that Rusvitsa was making a run that wasn't made. It's back with Edgingwele and now with Fallows. Follows, drifts to the right towards Parker, who had a bit of a arm around the neck there from El Hagani. Just about kept in by Lynch. And Wanyongo avoids capture from Locke and Luke Downs. But the ball drifting along the left touchline, curls back into the Sphinx area for Fallows to grasp. We're halfway through the first half here on the Coventry Sphinx YouTube channel. Make sure to hit the subscribe button for more exclusive content from the club throughout the season, including highlights and commentary of every single match this season in Coventry Sphinx's first year at Step 4 in their history. Shipman feels he was caught from behind. Referee says no. And Shipman let the ball run away from him as he turned to complain to the ref. The throw from Masindo. Wanyongo. Lost it only to the feet of Bryson. El Hagani beats Parker in the air. Locke brings it down. Shorrock. Neat touch by Shipman. And the return to Shorrock and just poked away from him by Cummings. The clearance charged down. And Locke caught on the challenge by Prenderville, but the seconds collected. Parker. Now Whiteside, Edgingwele, Sphinx just calming things down at the back. Kept in via the head of Shorrock. And Masindo allows the bounce to cross the line. So Kevin Masindo with ball in hand. And it looked like a foul throw there from the Shepshed right back. Referee says no as Dixon lofts it towards Edgingwele, who sends it high into the sky. Nodded up by Luke Downs and headed on by Jack Downs. Brought down by Prenderville, who's making the overlapping run with Cummings, but Cummings with nowhere to go. Forced back where he came from by Bryson, who is on a yellow card, of course. And Bryson lunges in on Dixon. Got enough of the ball for the referee's liking. Onto the shoulder of Matty Shipman. Sent up by Smith. Dixon. Sure the target, but it's Downs in the air and on the floor trying to find Alex Locke. But Wanyongo has found Cummings. A real scramble in front of the Sphinx penalty area, but they've got it clear. Determination on show from Sphinx. Now Parker is sent halfway to China in that challenge and gets the free kick. Just shy of the centre circle in Sphinx's own half. Remember, no action in the Premier League or the Championship today as it's the dreaded international break. We'll let you know what's going on around the grounds in our own division, the pitching in Northern Premier League Midlands throughout the match. Fallows. Hagani beats Shipman to the punch. Prenderville, as far as Luke Downs. Plays it off Ravizzo, but the ball towards Shipman along the right drifts out for a goal kick. Not what Downs was intending, I'm sure. And there have been a few goals around, especially in the game between Walsall Wood and Hinckley LRFC. A 20-minute hat-trick for Tendai Dare. What an afternoon it's been for him. Shaw tries to get to the deflection before. Locke dragged down by Prenderville. Referee says nothing doing. Here's Cummings. Sandwich between Bryson and Sharp, but gets clear. Squares it for Pearson Wanyongo. Trying to steady himself. Wanyongo! That would have been a spectacular goal, but it drifts just past top bins. So that's where in the Northern Premier League Midlands, AFC Rushden Diamonds lead against Coleshill. Corby Town 0, Bedworth United once 0-0 between Harbour and Lye, and Quorn and Loughborough in that local derby. Rugby losing at home to Anstey Nomads. It's 0-0 between Spalding and Boldmere. Sporting Cowser lead Gresley 1-0. 0-0 between Sutton Coldfield and Cambridge. And as we said, Walsall Wood 0, Hinckley 3. Whiteside shielding the ball from Shaw. Shorrock. Edgingwele looking for Parker, who swapped sides with Shipman. Down line to James Bryson. Punted upfield by Bryson. Shipman's up there, as is Downs. Smith can only find the feet of Jack Downs, and it's out of play for a Sphinx throw. Challenge in from Niall Prenderville. Remember to let us know on YouTube what you think of the coverage and the match by using the comments section. Finley Sharrock has become a mainstay at left back after the injuries to Callum Martin. And Jordan Hayward finds Matty Shipman, who shields it into the corner. Tricked his way, Berbatov style pass. Smith ran into another challenge. This time I believe it was Pearson Wanyongo, but it has deflected out for the corner. Sphinx already one up as we hit 28 minutes. Can Sharrock provide goal number 2? Towards that near post. Flicked away towards Dixon. Cummings. And Shaw up towards Pearson Wanyongo. He's on his own here. He's got to do it himself. Wanyongo twisting and turning through a sea of sky blue. And eventually it's Luke Downs who snatches possession from him. Downs' first start since receiving his marching orders against AFC Russian and Diamonds. And it's also Jack Downs' first start since he got sent off against Rugby. Both Downs brothers been sent off in consecutive weeks. But they're both back and raring to go, and they're both making an impact in the opening half hour at Butthole Lane. Into the area, nodded up by El Hagani. And a play for a Sphinx throw, hooked out by the left back, Jack Lynch. Running and throw from Percy. Towering header by El Hagani. Out as far as Luke Downs. He tries to nod it back to Percy, but it's shy of the right back. And hoofed upfield by Lynch. And that was poor control from Sean Rizvitso. And now to play for a Sphinx throw just in front of the tunnel on the halfway line. Parker nods on to Shipman, who heads it into the area. No one home for the Sphinx. Collected by Ganley, who quickly distributes out. Cummings. Oh, nutmeg on Bryson. And Bryson won't be happy with that. He's racing towards him, trying to stop the run. But it's now with Shaw. Squares it. Wanyongo bundles it into touch for a goal kick. He feels it took a final touch on the way through. Not to be. Bounces over the back line. Parker. No, just a couple of yards behind it. Yeah, got over Jordan Smith, but easy pickings for Ganley. It was just a tad too powerful from Fallows. Now with El Hagani on loan from Nuneaton Borough. Dixon's drifted back into centre back. It's a fantastic ball and great control from Cummings on the right wing. We're going to cut in on Bryson. Kieran Cummings, low one into the area. Turned away by Edgin Gwale. Lock taken out from behind by Prenderville. Referee says nothing doing. A deflected one. Nearly catches out Keelan Fallows, but he darted to his left and parried it around the post after the effort from Kevin Masindo. Well, the corner to come from the right. Kieran Cummings standing over it for Shepshed. Can they get back on terms? It's a header at the near post away by Finley Sharrock. Cummings to Pearson Wanyongo. Thought about it. Puts it into the area. Nodded clear by Percy. Rizvitso. Lost the ball towards Shaw. Keeper's gone down. Referee says no foul. Luckily, he didn't end up in the back of the net. Follows looking to the assistant. Said to say why it wasn't the flag raised or the whistle blown. Usually in those situations, it would have been a free kick. The goalkeepers are always protected, but not on that occasion. Smith and Shipman back there getting involved, trying to hold off the big number 4. Jordan Smith finds Cummings. Masindo to Dixon. He was looking left, and pressure from Downs forces Dixon to loft it out towards the tunnel, well behind Jack Lynch. Good Sphinx beyond for their 3rd victory of the season, and their 3rd in 4 games. Rizvitso plays the 1-2 with Wanyongo. Rizvitso barged over from the side. Brilliant challenge from Callum Whiteside. Lock a little too late to the party as Prenderville gets involved. Dixon. El Walid El Hagani. Now with Smith. Cummings, heavy touch, and allows Shark to nod it up. Goes down under the challenge. I think there's a referee trying to play advantage there. Well, no free kick's been given anyway. El Hagani has Dixon anchoring back again. Masindo beats Bryson to it. Cummings. Brilliant slide challenge in from Finley Shark, but Cummings still got to the seconds first. Now Prenderville escapes the clutches of Jack Downs. Lynch. Flip back to Lynch by Rizvitso. That couldn't beat the goal scorer, Parker. Down the right it goes, but Percy's ball to no one but Shepshed. El Hagani with just over 10 minutes of the first half left. It's still Coventry Sphinx leading by 1-0 through Dylan Parker's goal in the 20th minute. Munyongo ducking and diving through the back line, cross towards Shaw, beaten mid-air by Whiteside. And that's a bit of a harsh free kick that against Jack Downs, as the Shepshed man launched into him. Well, midway into Sphinx territory is going to be a Shepshed free kick. Now we will be going off air here on the Coventry Sphinx YouTube channel just before half time. So just after half time, I should say. We'll be going through the scores in the pitching in Northern Premier League Midlands. Oh, slightly harsh decision from the referee, but it will be a Shepshed free kick. Standing over it is the anchoring midfielder, Kyle Dixon. Lofted in by Dixon. Simple header by Edgin Gwele. And as far as Dixon. Crossfield ball, Shark nods it only as far as Masindo. Finds Cummings. Needs room to cross. Cross is put in. Shaw. A little bit of handling from Bryson brought him down. Referee said it wasn't enough to warrant a penalty. And cleared as far as Lynch. Ganley made some important early saves, but since the goal, it's been a quiet afternoon for the Dynamo number 1. Was it back out of El Hagani, the pace slowed down considerably after that mood. There's a 1-2 with Prenderville. Dixon. Rizvitso. And it was behind Shaw, collected by Whiteside, who anticipated the path of the ball. Alex Locke chasing down the right-hand side. El Hagani in with the challenge. And sent back to the goalkeeper, Ganley, by Prenderville. it so to Shaw. Cummings wants to make the run. It's a high lofted ball for Cummings. Good touch, but the seconds poked away by Bryson. Only as far as Shaw has put it back to Cummings. Edging Gwele clear. Kept alive with Masindo. Shark trying to stop the run by putting an arm out, but Masindo has got to. The seconds floats over the head of Callum Whiteside. Percy beats Dixon at the far post. Elegani keeps the move going for Shepshed. Elegani once again on the halfway line receiving from Lynch. Playing with great promise, Elegani. And great size too. Rizvitso. Maybe has a chance to strike for Prendeville on the edge of the area. Lofts it high into the sky. Cummings tries to bring it down. Bryson blocks his path. And Jagway sticks his laces through it. But Masindo not alleviating the pressure. Shipman trying to cover him off. Masindo deflected into the path of Shaw, and it's 1-1. Fortuitous as circumstances it may be, but the ball fell to the feet of Shaw, who from that range couldn't miss. Pure persistence from Shepshed paying off in the closing stages of the first half. They probably would have been unfortunate to head into the break behind. But Fallows diving down, trying to get something on the ball that was already underneath him. And James Shaw gets the congratulations from his management and gets the equaliser for Shepshed Dynamo. I think Luke Downs has just been booked there for maybe something he said to the referee. Well, by hooker by Sphinx have been dragged level. Immediately hoofing up towards Matty Shipman to get themselves in front again, but none of the crossover to Parker. Swiftly cleared by Lynch. Scooped up into midair by Luke Downs. Headed on by Dixon for Shepshed. Shaw is the target. Shepherded into touch by Callum Whiteside. 5 yards into Sphinx territory, quickly taken by Percy. The defender nods it to El Hagani, who shields from Parker. Parker trying to put Ganley under pressure, but it's lofted into the autumn sky by Ganley. Battle between Rizvitso and Percy. It's one that Percy wins and runs through the challenge of Dixon. Shoved over by Prendeville, and the referee has given a free kick against Joe Percy. I'm not entirely sure why. Both players went down. I don't think that Percy dragged Prendeville down. It looked like, if anything, a Shepshed throw. And Lagani striding away from his penalty area. Rizvitso. Well, Shaw's got one. Can he get another? Side by side with Ajingwele. Finds Rizvitso again. Cummings in there. It's onto the head of Bryson, who finds Locke on his Coventry Sphinx debut. Short one to Shipman as he makes the overlap. Path is blocked off and he has to go behind to Shorrock. Luke Downs protects from one Yongo, and the referee gives the free kick to Sphinx. A little trip of the leg. Bryson. Shipman the target. Forces the throw in. Kevin Masindo had to claim it mid-air and did, but only at the expense of a Sphinx throw. Shorrock was feigning the long one. Is it short to Shipman? The cross put in. Thunderous clearance from Smith. Back into the danger zone with Shipman from James Bryson. Shipman tries to force the corner from Dixon. I think it will be a throw. It's definitely going to be a Sphinx ball. I'm not entirely sure if it's going to be a corner or a throw-in. And it is going to be a Coventry Sphinx corner. Out of the clearance from Dixon. Downs looking to help Sphinx get their lead back. Towards that near post, and it's a simple clearance. Up towards Cummings, who drops into Sphinx territory, and a little hand in the back forces Cummings over the line. Cummings believing that it was his throw, but quite clearly the final touch came off Cummings. And the referee has indeed gone with his own instincts. As James Bryson has the ball in hand. Shipman the target. Takes it away from Prenderville. Encased in that corner, Matty Shipman needs a route out and gets one with the throw. Prenderville not allowing him through with a challenge, takes it over the line into the last 90 seconds of normal time. Bryson taking his time. And it goes by Bryson. Over Shipman, but may fall to Locke. No, it's the goalkeeper, Ganley, who gets there first. Well claimed by the Shepshed #1. Kick drifts to the right. Shorrock claims it with the head, but the seconds picked up by Macindo, trying to dummy his way past Downs and does so. Shorrock's with him too. Brilliant run from Macindo. Trying to create avenues of approach down the right-hand side. Holds it up well sufficiently to find Cummings. Switch of the play. Rizvitso. At muscle by Percy. Who did the deflection come off on the way through? It was off Percy. And a throw-in midway into Sphinx turf for the home side. Just a minute of normal time left. Can Shepshed complete the turnaround before the half-time break? Lynch. Dixon, Macindo screaming for it on this near side. Here's El Hagani. Force about it. Decides to go more direct to Cummings. He's got the attentions of Bryson and Shorrock, and an awkward stumble ensures that Cummings won't get on the end of that ball. It's up to Shipman now. Trying to take on Smith. Through Prenderville, but Prenderville just got a lingering foot in. And although the ball deflected off the referee to Dylan Parker, the referee's touch, unfortunately for Sphinx, means that it has to be a drop ball. There's a drop ball to the foot of Dixon. Cummings again the target, but flicks off the head of Bryson, who tried to get out of the way once he knew that Cummings wasn't reaching it, but it just flicks off his hair. Macindo. Shorrock shields it well after getting his body between player and ball. Smith tries to keep the move alive for Shepshed. Shaw. Powerful one by Lynch in towards Manyongo, but across his own goal by Bryson, and edging Gwele, quick thinking, launches it out on the far side. And has it been given for a corner? Indeed it has. Referee thinking that the ball crossed the line before Ejinkwele cleared it. Well, I'm not entirely sure about that decision. Could it cost Sphinx here? No, it's well claimed by Fallows, and after just 1 minute of added time, the referee brings the first half to a close. Sphinx taking the lead on the 20th minute through Dylan Parker, but since then Shepshed found their way into the match and through constant pressure got the equaliser from their #9, James Shaw. Let's have a look through some of the half-time scores around the grounds in the Northern Premier League Midlands. Here's one for the books. AFC Rushden Diamonds lead 2-0 at home to Coleshill. Maybe the change of management there has done the trick. Bedworth lead by 2-0 at Corby Town, who of course bested Sphinx last week. It's 0-0 between Harborough and Lye. Loughborough have took the lead at Corn through David Chapman in that local derby. Anstey Nomads still 1-0 up at Rugby Town. It's all scoreless between Sporting Cowsor and Gresley Rovers. Sutton Coldfield, in fact no, Sporting Cowsor have just scored. Sporting Cowsor lead Gresley Rovers by 1-0. Sutton Coldfield 0-0 against Cambridge, and Walsall would have got one back against Hinckley. Hinckley went up by 3-0 in 20 minutes. All three scored by Tandai Dare, and Jerry Butlins pulled one back for the Woods. So those are the half-time scores from around the grounds, and here it is currently Coventry Sphinx 1, Shepshed Dynamo 1 at the Dovecote Stadium. We're going to take a short break now on the Coventry Sphinx YouTube channel, and we will be back in around 10 minutes. And we're back for the second half here on the Coventry Sphinx YouTube channel. It is currently Coventry Sphinx 1, Shepshed Dynamo 1, and we can confirm there has been a half-time substitution with Coventry Sphinx bringing on midfielder Max Johnson in place of the skipper James Bryson. But apart from that, it is as you were. And the Sphinx are ready to go. There is a slight gradient here at the Dovecote Stadium, and for what it's worth, Sphinx are going downhill in the second half. It's not much of a gradient, I must say, but it can affect the ball, and it can also affect mentality, so we'll see how it goes. Referee checking that we're okay to restart. Again, a confirmation of that change. James Bryson replaced and Max Johnson coming on in his place. We are expecting a change of shape for the Sphinx. Referee checks that both goalkeepers are ready. They give the go-ahead. Below that whistle, ref, let's get the second half underway. Here we go. Shepshed 1, Coventry 1. The next 45 minutes will decide who takes home the spoils. And incidentally, Jack Downs is now in possession of the captain's armband. It's been passed around like a parcel today. It was originally going to be held by Callum Woodward, but he was injured last week. Then it was Lewis Guest, who sadly arrived late to the ground. Then James Bryson got his hands on it before kick-off, and now it's in the hands of Jack Downs. And who knows, Guest he might get it back if he comes on later on. And of course, Lewis Guest is a former Shepshed player, so it'll be a bit of a homecoming for him if he ends up on the field. Throw back to the goalkeeper, Brendan Ganley. El Hagani trying to sprint past Shipman and find some assistance in Jack Lynch. Rizzo is looking for the run of Cummings in the penalty area, but nodded clear. Pearson Wanyongo. Cummings was a persistent nuisance to the Sphinx backline in the first half, but he won't get to make inroads this time as Shark gets his body between player and ball and shields it into touch. Remember, highlights of today's game can be found here on the Coventry Sphinx YouTube channel either tonight or tomorrow morning, depending on what time we get through the gridlock on the M1. Johnson. Shipman just shrugs aside Dixon, who was holding his arm, and Parker, will he go for a second little hand in the back by El Hagani, and the referee points for a penalty. El Hagani gets a booking for his troubles, and again, Dylan Parker undoes the Dynamo back line. Parker got the wrong side of the man mountain centre back. El Hagani couldn't keep up. He had to do something to stop him from reaching the net, but a hand in the back wasn't what was needed for the home side. Just 3 minutes into the second half, Shippo, who it was announced this week became the first player in Coventry Sphinx history to sign a contract. Can he give the Sphinx their lead back?
Go on, Shepard!
It's Shipman, never in doubt! Signed, sealed, delivered, contract and goal. He's here to stay. And Matty Shipman makes his presence known at Butthole Lane. Well, even if Ganley guessed the right way, it will be a big if whether he could keep Shippo out. There are a few better finishers at this level. But he sent Ganley the wrong way and celebrates his new deal with a spot on the score sheet. Sphinx is number 9. And it again. Coventry Sphinx back in front by 2-1. And straight up the other end, Shepshed Dynamo have got themselves a corner kick. That didn't take long. Coming standing over it, will it be a quick reprieve for the Dynamo towards that near post and lofted well clear by Max Johnson. Awkward bounce for Mwanyongo, shielding from his opposite number 10 in Alex Locke. Sends Shaw on a mission, but shielded by Ejingwele, the former Coventry City defender. Shorak twists and turns back to Ejingwele, who finishes the job. And there's another unique matchup going on in the stands here between two furry friends. Mwanyongo. Down line with Masindo. No route through for Shepshed. They're being edged back towards the halfway line, but it is whipped in by Masindo. Well, Peter Crouch wasn't getting his head on that one, let alone Ravizzo. It's out for a goal kick to Coventry Sphinx, who lead by 2-1 after 50 minutes. Well, the scoreboard still hasn't been changed, so who knows, could still be 1-1. That is definitely 2-1 to Sphinx after Shippo's penalty. Smith. And as far as Joe Percy. Headed on by Johnson, the half-time substitute. Shipman nods it down for Downs. Was Downs being impeded as he tried to fight his way through a congested midfield? Referee says no, and he's probably right. Powerful punt by Ganley, and Fowles has got to be on that one. There's appeals for a penalty as Shorak made contact with Cummings, who went down like a sack of spuds. Referee says nothing doing, and what control that was from Matty Shipman. From Fallow's kick, now plays it down the left for Locke. Alex Locke pulls it back. Johnson didn't get the right connection. And Percy couldn't keep it within the confines of play. Played short from Ganley to Smith. Still plenty of football to be played. Don't put your bets on anyone just yet. Ejingwele nods to the cross. Here's Percy. Tried to cushion it down for Downs, but only as far as Ravizzo, who takes aim. His aim was just a little off. Not a bad effort at all from Ravizzo. Follows down the centre of the park. Pressure from behind by Prendeville on Johnson. Switches the fly over towards Locke. He was expecting it a little further afield, and he rolls out behind him for the throw. Halfway into Shepshed territory. Here's Masindo. Smith. Ganley across to El Hagani. He was his hand in the back that cost Shepshed a share of the spoils at the moment, giving away that penalty. Ganley, Smith, Dixon. And good work there by Jack Downs, pressuring Dixon into the area, just floated over the head of Matty Shipman, and just in front of the Sphinx camera, it's going to be a Sphinx throw. And Sphinx looking to protect a Sphinx lead. Johnson looking to play Downs into the area. Oh, good one for El Hagani. He'll try to shield it into touch, stumbles to the ground, it's kept in. by Downs, but Prenderville comes away with it. Another awkward moment for El Hagani, and stumbling into touch. Shepshed have given the throw away yet again on the fringe of the penalty area. Thanks to Ravizzo. Johnson. In by Percy, and a crucial header by Dixon. Picked up on the opposite side of the field by Locke. Slight challenge by Macindo, corner to the Sphinx. Well, it's been a while since Sphinx and Shepshed have locked up. Shepshed have been at step 4 for a good old while now. Sphinx in the midst of their first ever step 4 season. Towards the far post, oh, off the post, and did it cross the line? No! Just gathered on the line by Ganley. Whiteside thought he had number 3 gift wrapped. Johnson. Sphinx are not giving up on this move. Dylan Parker, who got the scoring started in the 20th minute. Percy. Deflected ball beyond Dixon, but Dixon should play it back to El Hagani, who clears convincingly, but only onto the boot of Luke Downs. Shepshed unable to clear, but they'll get the ball in the hands of Ganley now, as Parker was looking to drop it into the box for a sky blue and white shirt. It wasn't there, and it's rolled out to Smith. 55 minutes gone here at the Dovecote Stadium on Butthole Lane. A reminder, it's Butthole Lane doesn't derive from any naughty activities. It's because Butthole Lane used to be an archery field, and the technical name for a bullseye is a butthole. Because the target is called a butt, that's why. So you learn something every week here on the Coventry Sphinx YouTube channel, don't you? Don't tell you we don't teach you anything, aside from talking drivel about football. There's the throw from Sharrock up towards Locke. Down by Locke and scooped high into the sky by Smith. Sharrock's up for it. Where will it land? It will land over the line for a Shepshed throw, despite the pleas of Sam Ellis, who is warming up along the touchline. Now, Sphinx have 2 subs left, and they can choose them from either Antonio Cristofaro, Sam Ellis, or Lewis Guest. Guest was set to be named in the starting 11, but sadly traffic issues meant that he couldn't start. Pirouette by Johnson away from Ravizzo. Crossfield ball just slides past Downs. A good work from Locke to get there ahead of the Shepshed man and find Sharrock. Awkward touch by Johnson, takes into the path of Smith. From forward, and a nice feint by Callum Whiteside. Dumming that he was going to smash it out on the far side of the field, but it wasn't to be. And Shepshed are making their first change of the afternoon. We're heading off. It's going to be Pearson Wanyongo, and heading on is Shaquille Master. So what we believe is going to be a straight swap up front. It's been an intriguing afternoon in Leicestershire, and still doesn't feel like autumn. I'm being told that if you step out of the sun, then it feels a little chilly, but we're directly in the sunlight, and quite honestly, I think I'm getting another shade of suntan. Shipman caught in the midsection by Niall Prenderville, and Shipman in some serious discomfort. He's pulling his shirt up to try and alleviate some of the pain. In fact, it was Lynch who made contact, not Prenderville. Apologies. And Lynch is going to get a yellow card here. But what's worse for Coventry Sphinx is that their star man Matty Shipman is down, and without another striker on the bench, Caleb Bailey-Nichols struggling with a knee injury. It would necessitate that an attacking player in the likes of Elias or Cristofaro is brought on, and Dylan Parker would head up front. Well, it's no surprise to see Lynch in the book. And it is a yellow card. Some Sphinx fans will ask whether it could have been more. It was stood straight into the chest of Shipman. He's a tough cookie, is Shippo. So if he stays down for this long, you know it's got to hurt. Oh, Shippo saying that he can go on. Oh, Physio Kirk is ensuring that he has the best possible care. Thank you to Kirk and the good folks at Coventry University for their assistance in the Coventry Sphinx physio this season. And we've just seen the it was a bruise or a cut. Oh my goodness, that is a nasty wound on Matty Shipman. He's done well to keep his cool there as Shippo. That was a nasty challenge. And looking at what resulted from that challenge from Lynch, I think he can count himself lucky that he's only got a yellow card. Johnson. Parker brings us down on the edge of the area. Turns away and finds Johnson against Shipman back in play. It's down the right for Percy. Should get there before it crosses the line. Percy, ball in towards Ejinguele. Ejinguele puts it down for Parker to have another go. Not with the same conviction as his opening effort. And in fact, I think the flag's been raised against Matty Shipman, so it wouldn't have counted anyway. Smith. Cummings up for it, but it falls to Luke Downs, who just sticks his laces through it and sends it out. Half an hour of play to go. At the moment, it's such an intriguing game, I don't want it to stop. I'm sure the Sphinx Army would rather it ended now at 2-1 to the away side and get the 3 points in the bag, as a free kick there for a little too much handling on Finley Sharrock by Cummings. And a free kick on the left side of Sphinx's own box. I want to say thank you to everyone for their hospitality here at the Dovecote Stadium. From Shepshed Dynamo, we look forward to welcoming you to Sphinx Drive later in the season. Fallows kick down the left touchline. Shipman up for it. Dixon first to the seconds, but his drive through the midfield blocked by the leg of Downs. Collected by Ravizzo. Macedo's cross. It was a powerful one, but it was well held by Fallows. I'm fairly certain it wasn't intended as a shot, but as long as it ends up in the back of the net, they all count. Fallows falls to the feet of Prenderville in the midfield. Master. Now Dixon. Master playing a little deeper than usual. Usually plays as a striker, but it's almost playing as a central midfield at the moment. Shark's header towards Locke. Nodded on. Shipman's offside, can't intervene in play, but it's with Jack Downs. Challenge from behind, takes the ball out of play. Knocking on the door of the Shepshed penalty area. Shepshed have to be careful. They can see goal number 3. They can kiss a share of the points goodbye. Ejinguele and Callum Whiteside combining there to prevent the run of Cummings down the right-hand side. And a throw-in will ensue just in front of the home dugout. And Ejinguele using his physicality to send Cummings to the ground. Then it was too much physicality for the man in black, and a little bit of handbags there. Prenderville trying to get involved with Jack Downs. And the card is out. Who's it going to be brandished to? Jordan Smith, with a few hands in on the Sphinx players. It was a foul that was something of nothing. Didn't really necessitate a reaction like this from either team. And still the infighting continues. El Hagani now trying to shove Downs away. Well, it comes to something when Jack Downs is the calming influence. He's usually the one getting stuck in. But as the captain, he's got a duty of care to his players today. Yellow card for Jack Downs, yellow card for Jordan Smith. Quick handshake and we'll get back to what matters. Well, now the temperature's dropped as the sun's gone behind the clouds. Sort of startles your eyesight if you've been in the sun for so long, but you can see clearly now the sun has gone. Well, now the handbags have been put away, we can get back to the football. In by Cummings, nodded up by Jack Downs. Percy tries to finish the job, but going to be driven back in by Dixon. Flashes across the face of goal and out for the goal kick. 25 minutes left. This is going to be a corker of a finale. You can just feel it. Shepshed Dynamo 1, Coventry Sphinx 2. Matty Shipman's second half penalty putting the visitors in front. This would be their third victory of the league season and their third victory in 4 matches. But Shepshed may have something to say about that before the final whistle blows. Prenderville claims the kick and nods it on. Downs first to it. Lock. Sides in by Macedo and it will be a throw-in for the Sphinx in front of the Sphinx technical area. Former Dynamo man Lewis Guest playing cheerleader on the touchline for Coventry Sphinx. Run up by Shark, there it goes. Shipman nods on to Lock, offside flag raised against the former Rugby Town man. No real complaints from Sphinx's new midfielder, and a second change of the afternoon for Shepshed Dynamo. Needs must at the moment, and it's Dixon leaving the field. To be honest with you, I think Kyle Dixon's seen more of the ball than anyone today. And it's Reese Morris heading onto the field. So it looks like a more attacking change with Morris taking the place just behind Shaw. So it won't be a plain sailing finish for the Sphinx. They're going to have to do things the hard way, but they are in the lead at the moment. Ajungwele nods away the free kick from Ganley. Locke looks to take it on. Puts it beyond the defender. Shipman couldn't make the run. He wasn't expecting it, and it's safely back with Ganley. Morris. With it so. Now to Shaquille Master. Ganley spots Lynch on this near side and beaten mid-air by Joe Percy. Only as far as El Hagani, but it keeps Shepshed at bay for now. Ganley. Now Jordan Smith booked in that exchange with Jack Downs, who also received a yellow card. Here's Macindo. Under hit and collected by Downs. Alex Locke. He's going to go all the way back to his goalkeeper. Keenan follows under pressure from Shaw, but quickly finds Locke again. Rolls onto the chest of the big burly midfielder. Return to Fallows. Our Sphinx going defensive a little too early. We've seen this before this season. Shipman. Now Parker looking to return to sender and finds Shipman. Squares for Johnson. Blocked by the leaping Smith. Johnson keeps it alive on the edge of the area, but crowned it out by black and white shirts. Master. Now with Cummings. Stern challenge from Johnson. And out of play on the far side. Just in front of the tunnel here at the Dovecote Stadium. Smith. El Hagani, back to Smith. Macindo. There's only one thing inside, and that's the Sphinx goal, but trips on the way through, and the loose ball rolls safely back to Fallows. Remember to subscribe to Coventry Sphinx on YouTube if you haven't already for more exclusive content from the club, including press conferences, features with the players, highlights and commentaries of every single game. Shipman charges down the intended clearance from El Hagani, and the seconds bounce to Parker. Johnson looks to take it on, but couldn't take it beyond Lynch. Downs, who has to be careful, of course. He is on the yellow card. He doesn't want to get sent off on his first match back after a red card. El Hagani, sorry, Edgingwele, I should say, launches that one clear. I think I'm too familiar with Ed after covering him at Coventry United last season. So cleared by Edgingwele. The throw goes nowhere, but it will be another throw in for Shepshed in virtually the same position, which Masindo will take responsibility for. Prendeville's there with him. Cummings backing into the Sphinx man. Cummings trying to get the shots away, and not an awful mile over the crossbar. Cummings looking to make a difference as he did in the first half. Fallows breathes a sigh of relief as he sees it fly over. Shipman not on the goal kick. Lynch has to deal with this one and does into the midfield. But Percy first to the second. Shipman edges away from El Hagani. And free kick against Coventry Sphinx there as El Hagani was fouled by Matty Shipman as he tried to get away from the 6'7" centre back. And Shepshed's final change of the afternoon is about to be made. Substitutes board just being prepared. And it's Ravizzo leaving the field. So Sean Ravizzo is off. We didn't see the number. It's the number 16. That's Dylan Reese. So Dylan Reason on for Shepshed Dynamo. Will he get involved immediately? No, he won't. The goal kick nodded away from the edge of the area by Whiteside. Luke Downs in a race against Master. But it's found Reason. The back heel to Master from Morris. But blocked in the near post by William Edgingwele out for a corner. Corner whipped in towards that far post. And nodded in for the equaliser! Shepshed Dynamo, Paul Sphinx back again. And the substitute Reason with an immediate impact. He's only been on the field for a minute. It couldn't have been a better introduction for Shepshed Dynamo. And with around 15 minutes left, it's all square again. What a game this is turning out to be at the Dovecote Stadium. Reason dispossessed by Jack Downs, who runs into the challenge of Masindo, and the referee gives the free kick. Well, Sphinx have got to do it all over again. They look good for their lead, but you can tell Shepshed were not done. Towards Shipman. Locke looking for a route around Masindo. Masindo with a strong challenge, and Locke's gone down hurt. Master, that's a great ball. Nodded up by Sharks, trying to slow the pace down. Here's Cummings. Dragged down by Sharks. Referee gives the free kick right in the corner. And the home fans just sense something now. Charlotte prevents the quick free kick from being taken. Well, you can hear the home fans in full voice to our left. Well, Master in support, but it is going to be Cummings. Kieran Cummings standing over it. Fella saw it coming all the way and punches over the woodwork. Refusing to be beaten for a third time. John Arnold asking, is Kyle Carey at the Sphinx and is Guesty injured? Well, no. As the corner is put in. And off the line by Downs. And the referee has stopped play for an apparent head injury. And indeed, yes, the game has been stopped. Well, there were some Shepshed fans next to us hoping that it could be a penalty as the whistle was blown, but it's merely a head injury that needs to be taken care of. Now, to answer John Arnold's question on the YouTube comment section, now the reason that Lewis Guest is not starting today is because that his dad Stu, our photographer, and me, along with Guesty's mum, were all in a car heading towards the match, just heading up to Leicester Forest Services, and there was a burning lorry on the side of the road which completely cut off the M1. It took us about an hour to get out of it, and we got here about 20 to 3. By which time, of course, the team had already been named, and Guesty wasn't there. He couldn't be named in the starting lineup. As for Kyle Carey, he's had some fitness issues recently, and he has not left the Sphinx. Hopefully he will be back very soon. So, John, I hope that answers your question. Prendeville has to leave the field for now after receiving treatment for that head injury. So it's a drop ball to the feet of Fallows. Would Sphinx be having a little point after today's game? They took the lead twice. Fallows. Oh, good one for Reason to get on the end of. He's playing a little deeper line now. Master. Lofted ball down the right-hand side, only as far as Fallows, who lets that one trickle over the line for a goal kick. And Sphinx do look happy, in fact, just try and waste a little bit of time and take a share of the spoils. Now, that's where in the Northern Premier League Midlands, Rushden Diamonds lead has been cut to 2-1 at home to Kozel. Corby 1, Bedworth 3, Harborough 1, Lighttown 0, Quorn 0, Loughborough Dynamo 2, Rugby 0, Anstey Nomads 1, Shepshed Dynamo 2, Coventry Sphinx 2, of course, the current score here at the Dovecote Stadium as it's nodded out for a Shepshed throw. Spalding 2, Boldmere 0, Sporting Cowser 2, Gresley 2, Sutton Coldfield 0, Cambridge 0, and Walsall 2, Hinckley 3. So plenty of action around the grounds in the pitching in Northern Premier League Midlands today. Elagani plays it across to Jordan Smith. It's an awkward one. Not trying to put him under pressure, but Smith recovers and finds Masindo. Driving along the right, runs into the path of Jack Downs and is not going to win that battle. Downs floated over the back line and Shipman is beyond the last defender. Matty Shipman shoulder to shoulder with Elagani, who tries to recover. Shipman tries to dig it over the goalkeeper, not quite. Well, that would have been a spectacular way for Shipman to wrap up a brace. And in fact, it took a deflection on the way through and it's going to be a corner. Well, that's where the ball ended up, via a deflection. The question is, where was the ball going to land without it? Well, we promised you a thrilling finale here at the Dovecote Stadium, and you're getting it. Johnson. Ganley comes out and claims it. Well held by the Shepshed number 1. We've got about 10 minutes to go. Sphinx have took the lead twice. Once through Dylan Parker, once through a Matty Shipman penalty. Both times they've been pegged back by Shepshed Dynamo. Will there be one last twist in this tale? Parker flicks on towards Matty Shipman, over a kick away from El Hagani, but Prenderville there to pick up the pieces. And a little stumble there by Morris. Under the challenge of Johnson, slightly harsh free kick to give against the Sphinx there, but it is quickly taken by Lynch. Shaquille Master steps away from the challenge of Locke and down. Still going Master. It's a brilliant run. Master tipped over the crossbar by Fallows. Looking to be the master of Shepshed's destiny on that occasion. Again, the highlights of today's game will be available on YouTube later today. So look out for the best of the action. Nodded up at the far post by Callum Whiteside. More height than distance on that clearance from Parker, and in fact it may go out for a corner. Parker just avoids that probability, nodded out for a throw instead. Sphinx still have one change to make, and Lewis Guest has been warming up. Could we see his introduction against his old club? Spent 3 years here at the Dovecote Stadium. Thrown nodded away by Luke Downs. So Locke. Shipman was waiting for the ball to come to him. It's punted clear, but it will return to Shipman. Matty Shipman along the right-hand side. Masindo tries to cover him off, but the low ball across the penalty area is turned away by Morris. Shepshed can sense blood in the water. Can Sphinx keep them at bay? Yes, they can, with Phineas Shark trying to keep Cummings away. It's a cross by Cummings! And I think it hit the top of the stanchion of the goal rather than the post. Looked a little more dramatic than it eventually was. Well, Sphinx without a number of attacking options today. No Kyle Carey, no Jack Redhead, no Caelan Bailey-Nichols. So, really, aside from Antonio Cristofaro and Sam Ellis on the bench, this is exactly what Sphinx had, especially with Callum Woodward out for the foreseeable future with that nasty injury suffered against Corby. Throwing on the halfway line to be taken by Percy. Percy's throw. Lynch starts to nod it back to the goalkeeper and does. It's a fantastic ball towards Cummings, but it connects onto the head of Finley Shark, who takes no risks and just tapped it over the line to allow Sphinx to recover. Shaw. Now Cummings. Chance across by Masindo, turned away again by Ejingwele. Johnson. And Funk clear by Ejingwele. Smith nods it into the midfield, where Parker is waiting. Shipman was onside, but the ball too powerful from Dylan Parker.
Go on, mate. Go on. Quickly.
Ejingwele on loan from Nuneaton. Master under pressure from the larger Jack Downs. Has no choice but to play it back to Ganley. Elagani. Thumped away by Brendan Ganley. Sharrock nods it into the midfield. Locks up there. Couldn't claim it. Master could. Masindo. Prenderville. That's with reason. Who's currently the reason that Shepshed are level. And he embarks into the area again. Cross diverted out on the slide by William Ejingwele, using his EFL experience there. Short one taken. Johnson tries to shield the ball from the penalty area. Goal kick, brilliant work from Shepshed. Masindo went to ground to try and prize the ball away from Max Johnson. So it's Fallows down the middle, over Luke Downs, headed by Prenderville, but Luke Downs is first of the seconds. Smith, again, Luke Downs is the first one too. That time Jack Downs is there. As again, Shepshed try and keep Sphinx as far away from their goal as they can. But it's Johnson on the left. Alex Locke, it's a powerful cross and it's too powerful for Shipman, but racing onto this near side is Parker, who stumbles to the ground hurt. Looks like he's twisted the ankle. Lynch takes it into the path of Downs. Holds it up long enough for Joe Percy. Oh, Sphinx have two men down with injuries. And it's going to be to the detriment of this attack as Master looks for a route out and a free kick given as Shepshed found their way out of danger, but the shirt pull on Percy is called upon by the officiating team. While Shepshed would have been better to continue, and they're not happy about it. Morris. Lynch across to El Hagani. Ganley to Smith. We're on borrowed time here at the Dovecote Stadium. Shepshed Dynamo 2, Coventry Sphinx 2. Lofted ball towards the edge of the area. Ejingwele nods it down. Cummings tries to take it on, but again, Ejingwele first man to the punch. Prenderville. Excellent sliding by Percy to prevent Master from making inroads. Percy and Shipman giving everything to get there ahead of El Hagani, and does. Just in time for it across the line for the throw. Alex Locke deflected off his chest and into the hands of Ganley. Unfortunate bounce for Locke. If it fell to his feet in that position, Sphinx's 3 points would be safe. And now Shaw's away, tries to slip it through. He was tripped on the way through. And Shepshed had the free kicks. It didn't reach Morris. And a yellow card. I believe that was for Luke Downs. We have to feel if Shepshed are going to get the winner, this is their opportunity. Well, they wanted to take it quickly, but the referee has not allowed them to do so, and their little flyby to Morris won't stand. It's going to be Master now, standing over the ball, trying to find a black and white shirt in and around that penalty area. It's Smith, nodded on and nodded wide by El Hagani, I believe, via a deflection. And Shepshed aren't done yet. They've got another opportunity from the corner. It would be so unfortunate for either of these teams to lose this match. It's been a fantastic afternoon of football, but football can be a cruel game sometimes. You don't always get what you deserve. Master. And nodded to the opposite side of the field after a goal kick. It was El Hagani again. No surprise to see the walking apartment building on the ball in the air. Shepshed fans appealing that it should have been a home ball. Referee says no. And the referee getting a fair bit of stick from the Shepshed fans. It's one of the hardest positions. You want to be an astronaut, you want to be a motorsport driver, try being a referee. Fallows, it will fall towards the halfway line. Percy up for it, as was Morris. Shaw, who got the first equaliser, looks to slip it through for reason. Brilliant slide in by Callum Whiteside and lofted away by Percy. Sphinx have got their backs to the wall now. Nodded through by Shipman, that long ball. Lynch will see it back to Ganley. Under pressure now from Dylan Parker. Ganley gets it away with not a second to spare. Masindo clears Locke. Sends Reason down the right. And launching in from behind was Finley Shorrock. And he's done the trick. He's edged him over the line for a goal kick. but Shark has landed heavily into the barriers. Well, Sphinx still have that one last change they can make. Well, Lewis Guest is all stripped off and ready to go. Are they going to bring him on for a little cameo? Fallows getting the hurry up from the home faithful. Float it into the midfield. Percy up for it. Reason nods on to Luke Downs. Lock was being held there by Masindo. Referee saw nothing. As it's turned back towards Whiteside, and we'll have to ask the neighbours for the ball back, but it will be a throw. And Sphinx pointing out to the referee that the throw should be taking a little further down line. Lynch not happy about it, but the referee's opinion that counts. It's thrown to Ganley. And Shipman trying to close off the goalkeeper, but it is lofted away. I didn't hear how many minutes have had to be added on there, but we are now into added time. Slide in by Joe Percy. As Morris was hoping to turn and run down the left. El Hagani, we're hearing it's 4 minutes of added time. Smith. Lofted ball floats over the head of Shark. Did it make contact? The answer is no. And Fallows taking all the time in the world against a side like Shepshed, who are going to be pushing towards the playoff positions this season. A point here is a very good point indeed, but they haven't got it in the bag yet. Elagani backing into Shipman. Shipman nods it on. Can Luck get there ahead of Lynch? No, he can't. Lynch turns and tries to clear. Prenderville takes it on past Percy. Edging Gwele. Shaw slides in. He's got to get there. Keelan follows before Shaw and does. Edging Gwele goes down. Trying to chip it over the goalkeeper, not the crossbar. Shepshed, we're an inch away from a winning goal in added time through Shaquille Massa. He's been watching the Beckham documentary with an effort like that. Well, last change for Coventry Sphinx, and it is Dylan Parker who got the goal scoring started in the 20th minute. And he's being replaced by attacking midfielder Sam Ellis. Some fresh legs in the foxhole may well see Sphinx over the line. 1 more minute we're hearing. And William Echengwe has actually been brought off as well. I actually thought Sphinx had made 2 changes before now, but William Echengwe is being replaced by Lewis Guest. Now, Guest played at Shepshed Dynamo for 3 years. He is now the vice-captain at Coventry Sphinx. He won't take the armband from Downs for the last minute, but how he'd like to ensure his new side takes something from his old side. Follows his kick. Nodded down by Master. Here's Cummings. Can Shepshed snatch it right at the death? Shark jockeying for position. Can Cummings beat him for pace? No, he can't, but it's deflected behind for the corner. And Downs isn't happy about it, but they've got a set piece to defend now. Talking of Beckham, it's almost like Munich 1999. Cummings has been instrumental in this game. Can he have a hand in the winner? No, not clear by Shipman! And darting over the bar from Shackmasters. You have to think now, that's all she wrote. Fellows gets the hurry up. Ellis leaves it for Shipman. Snatched away from Shipman by Morris. Maybe one last chance for the Dynamo. Cummings looks to get it in from the right. It's Cummings. It's an aimless ball through the penalty area and out for the goal kick. Precious seconds ticking away. Surely this has to be it. Fallows. Floated towards the right. El Hagani with a towering header. Not it back by Percy. Now Morris, the substitute. Weaving to try and get some space. Shaw takes it too close to Ellis. And Percy looks to drive it through. Shipman just hasn't got the legs. He's had a torrid game. Stamina, bro, stamina. Well, it means he didn't have the stamina to do it. Final whistle blows here at the Dovecote Stadium. And what a fantastic game it was. Sphinx taking the lead twice. Shepshed pegging the visitors back twice. But against the side, pushing up towards the upper echelons of the table, Sphinx can walk away from Butthole Lane very satisfied with their afternoon's work. The final score in the pitching in Northern Premier League Midlands, Shepshed Dynamo 2, Coventry Sphinx 2. And that's all we've got time for here on the Coventry Sphinx YouTube channel. Thank you very much for joining us. It has been a pleasure as always, even though the motorways tried to keep us away. We got here and we saw a fantastic game of football. Don't miss next week's match back at the Sphinx Industrial Supplies Arena. We look forward to welcoming you to that one, and it is at home to Coleshill Town. That should be a barnstormer of a match. But let's take you through the final scores from around the grounds in the pitching in Northern Premier League Midlands. AFC Rushden Diamonds have got their first win of the season. 2-1 at home to Coleshill Town. Corby 2, Bedworth United 3. Harborough 1, Lytown 0. Harborough just nicking the win there. Corn 0, Loughborough Dynamo 2 in the local derby just across the road. Rugby 0, Anstey Nomads 1. Spalding 2, Boldmere 1. Sporting Cowser 2, Gresley 2. Great result that for Gresley against the league leaders. Sutton Coldfield 0. Cambridge 0, and what about this for a turnaround? Hinkley Leicester Road led Walsall Wood 3-0 after 20 minutes, a hat-trick through Tendai Dare. Walsall have won 4-3. What a game that was. I'll certainly be looking out for the highlights of that one. If you want to see the highlights of this one, you can see them here on the Coventry Sphinx YouTube channel tonight, so do not miss it. From everyone here at Coventry Sphinx and from Shepshed Dynamo, thank you very much for joining us, and we'll see you next time. From Liam Cook, it's goodbye for now.